Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Today we will continue our technical analysis with Tesla. Sorry, I have been MIA for the last few days. I took the family to the beach for a couple of days for a quick getaway. Here I am back today on a Friday and we are looking at Tesla chart. At the time of this recording, we still have about an hour left on the trading day and Tesla is hovering around $700. The volume is only 53%, which is very low for the Friday. And let's take a look at the chart to see what the price targets would look like for next week and the week after. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Let's get right into it. Looking at the daily chart now, Tesla's price action is pretty slow today because of the volume. Volume right now is about 54%, so it is very low for a Friday. The 50 days SMA is right now at 649. It is attempting to spike back up and cross the 200 days SMA, currently at 655, to form a golden cross. However, right now it is still about $6 away and Tesla needs to be in the mid 700 for the two lines to cross, as far as I can see here. The market overall has very low volume. I'm sharing with you some of my items on the watch list here. You can see that Shopify is only at 40%. Tesla is in the low 50s. You can also see that Facebook, for example, is only 36%. Netflix is 34%. Amazon is only 48%. And even the Chinese stock that spiked up the last few days is only at around 30 to 40%. So with this type of volume on a Friday, it is relatively muted. But the fact that we don't have a whole lot of buyers, we can just see some people trying to sell the stock, and so for that reason the stock has been moving down. Moving down on a low volume day is not necessarily a sign of extreme bearishness. However, it did cross below 704, which is an important support for me, so that is worrisome. I'm definitely not going to enter any trade at this point, and I want to wait for the volume for next week. Yesterday, the White House had an electric vehicle summit and Tesla was not invited, which I was pretty disappointed. The event consisted of executives from General Motors and Ford, but not Tesla. GM and Ford had collectively very low amount of EVs sold over the years, and Tesla exclusively sell EV, yet the EV summit did not include Tesla. The stock did spike up a little bit in the morning, but then ended the day pretty flat yesterday. And the daily charts sort of reflect an uneventful day for Tesla. It is very interesting because had Tesla been invited, it could have been a big news for the industry and for Tesla, and it could have spiked up the stock. As a long-term investor, that doesn't really mean anything from a fundamental standpoint. However, it is still disappointing to see that Tesla, a biggest EV distributor and manufacturer in the US, is not well respected within its own country. This is the daily candle from yesterday when the EV Summit news broke out. It was pretty much muted. It's not bearish because I think investors are smart enough to know that the presence of Tesla at a event could not possibly change its fundamental outlook. This just further proves my theory that Elon Musk is not necessarily a typical CEO. He doesn't fit in with the technology sector CEOs in Silicon Valley, and he definitely does not fit in with the automobile industry CEOs in Detroit either. In either way, however way you look at it, Elon Musk is a talent. He creates a clan of his own. He does things the way that he likes to do is definitely unconventional, and therefore he has been able to transform an industry at the magnitude that he has been. Whether or not the Biden administration acknowledges that, I don't think it's necessarily relevant. It is a little sad, however, that he is not acknowledged, because when you talk about EV, you have to talk about Tesla. Today, the price action is just completely disappointing, even though it has really low volume. Taking a look at the hourly chart here, I still think that Tesla is probably retracing a little bit. It's still holding the consolidation back pattern pretty well. Falling below 704 is not encouraging, and it definitely doesn't trigger me entering any trade, but it does not mean that Tesla is going to crash next week. So starting with day 2 after earnings, which was last Thursday, Tesla started to move up. It had 3 consecutive days of really good move, and then it has been going sideways this week. It's not unconventional for Tesla to consolidate for many days in advance, and right now it is really waiting for the next catalyst, which I think is the AI day. Now AI day is on August 19th and we are on August 6th, so we are give or take about 2 weeks away from the event. If I am willing to risk a decent amount of money, I think a retracement like today is a good opportunity to enter a call in anticipation of a run up leading into AI day. However, I think that is a much bigger risk, because if Tesla doesn't run all next week, then you definitely would be losing money. So I'm not ready to enter in any particular trade right now. And I think that time will tell what Tesla will do next week. Here's the weekly chart. It's more bearish than bullish at this point. You look at the weekly chart. The last week, this is a breakout candle. It's pretty important. It ended the week at around $688. This week, it ended the week slightly better, which is around $699 or $700. But the candle has completely retraced it, and it is a failed rocket launch. So there's a little bit of a gap up, and then Tesla ended the week with a failed rocket launch. I don't think this is a good sign for the bulls, but I'm hoping that the AI event would be carrying some weight in the short term. It is definitely not a sign to enter any call options at this point. If anything, a put option is probably better, but I'm also not entering any put option at this point. But because chart looks bearish here, it's important to look at some of the downside targets. So first we have 689, then we have 672, then the next support area would be between 50 days and 200 days SMA, which is around 649 to 655. So this is a very, very strong support area that I'd like Tesla to hold, at least in the short term. If next week Tesla is retracing down back to either 672 or 650 range, then I expect that the week after, leading into AI day, it will run up. However, I think it's probable that Tesla will move down to about 689 and then turn around and move back up next week. That is my expectation at this point, because I just don't see Tesla crashing down leading into AI day. Anything can happen, of course, but I'm talking in terms of probability at this point. I think Tesla will retrace a little bit and then go back up. If you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see that Tesla broke out here, continued for 3 consecutive days, moving sideways, and today it retraced back down. If you were to look at it as a bull flag, the 4-hour bull flag, today's price action has not discouraged the bull flag at all. It is still within the price range of the bull flag, and I want to say unless and until it moved below about 695, it is still intact. The bull flag is still intact. So that is just my rough estimate for Tesla 4-hour bull flag here. But let's see what Monday will do. If Tesla holds around $700 on Monday, I think we have a shot at breaking out further. But if Tesla retraced all the way back down and ended the day around 685, I think that's definitely retracement, and we're looking a little bit more bearish at that point. So this is it for this video. I hope you find the information helpful. Sorry, today was a very muted day as far as volume, and there is not a whole lot of price action there. Let's hope for a better week next week, and until the next video, bye.